The folks in Salem are actually putting a plan of action together, and I'm back, bitches.
He's back, bitches.
Days of Our Lives is next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's edition of DISHIN Days. I am your host, Matthew Evan Paine, joined by the Chocolate Twins all the way down my left. Why don't you introduce yourself?
That's you. Oh, it's me. Hi. I am James Lott Jr. You know who I am. I'm so glad to be back with you guys this week.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
And hi, everyone. I'm Tony Moore.
He sure is. Welcome back. I got my Chocolate Twins joining me.
Look at that.
We're joined.
Yep.
Double.
Joined.
We've got milk
Double
chocolate,
trouble.
dark chocolate, and white chocolate.
And white chocolate, that's
Wait,
right.
but now the question is,
Yes.
who is dark chocolate?
You know it's you, not me.
You completely tried my
Oh,
entire life.
look at our skin colors. I wish I was dark
We have
chocolate.
the same complexion.
No, we're not.
Okay, never mind. I am.
Hey, you look like, I wish I was dark chocolate. I like
You
dark
take
chocolate.
caramel. I'll be milk chocolate.
Ooh, caramel. I like that.
Ooh.
The Quiet Storm.
Is bad.
Now I want chocolate.
And run with a
Everybody
little
does.
piece of chocolate.
Behave yourself over there, James
They're
Lott
saying,
Jr.
you know that. Mhm.
Ooh, look at Daquan already coming from you. He said, "Hi, Matthew. I'm the biggest Greg Vaughn fan."
Oh, wow. Let's wait until the end of the show,
He's
where
starting
I'll
already.
win yet again, Daquan.
Look at Daquan.
Thank you guys. I am happy to be back. Thank you. Mark is skipping school.
Oh yes, Mark is in Ohio.
Mark's straightening his hair today, so he won't be joining us.
Yes. And shout out to, there's some new people in our chat. So hello, new people who are joining us.
Ooh.
Looks like for the first time. Welcome. Thank you.
Do you think it's your following from GH Report and the Bowl Breakdown?
The Bowl Breakdown. Come on over and follow me. They follow me anywhere from my, zoo after show. Who knows where we're coming from? I love it.
Well, if you're following James Lott Jr., Tony Moore, or Matthew Paine, also make sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at DISHIN Days, and on Twitter _DISHIN Days.
The ad is implied.
Don't
Yeah,
tell
it
me it's
is.
chocolate milk. Okay, so on that note,
You sound real better.
It sounds like chocolate milk.
But you sound better.
Okay, on a slightly serious note, some of you guys do know this out there. I lost a very good friend of mine to cancer, ovarian cancer, Allison Roberts, on Friday. And as you know, as I just lost my brother like a month ago, so it's been a very rough time for me. But I'm here today because she loved having me on the show.
Mm-hmm.
She loved Days of Our Lives. She thought me, Mark, and Tony were hilarious. And she yelled at me when I left the show.
Yes. I yelled at you too.
Yeah, yes, too.
She didn't know you, Matthew. So
She didn't know, yeah, but she yelled at me for leaving.
and I yelled at him too.
Yes. And one of the last things we did together, if you can go on my page, you can see a picture of us together. That weekend I was there, we actually watched some of our episodes of the show. of DISHIN Days,
Aw.
and she really liked that. And so I'll miss you forever, and I'll dedicate the show to you today.
Well, sending our love and prayers to you, to her family.
Yes.
I'm sorry for your loss.
To
Now, if
Casey and to her grandkids and grandkids.
Now she pop up in this chat.
She's there. I'm like, oh my God, Allison, you're here.
Right.
Yes, I would love that.
We all going to hell.
So I'm sure she's watching somewhere. So,
She is.
Yes. Thank
Aw.
you. Yes, thank you. I got through it, you guys. I didn't cry. I got through it.
Okay,
I was
here we
going
go. Oh my God, 115 people watching
Yes.
live.
Because I'm
hello.
me, because I'm back. And I'm black.
Stop it.
You're both. You're
I'm
both. You're
I'm
back and you're black.
But I'm back and black.
What did you guys think of? Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and we've got Steven joining us in
Yes,
the
Steven
control
is
room
joining
today.
us in the control room.
That's it.
Exactly how I feel. Hi, Steven.
I just love that.
Alexis is getting her life together.
Yeah, Alexis.
On to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
She was like, if Mark's taking the day off, so am I.
So am I, that's right.
I won't spread rumors.
Yeah. No, really. It's like, so the real reason, just kidding.
The tea is. No, I'm just
If you
kidding.
want to know where she is, ask Steven. He was telling everybody.
It's all everybody.
And if you really want to know where she is, ask me.
Yeah. We love Alexis. I love it. We love Alexis, and we'll see her next week, I'm sure.
Yes.
What did we think of this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives?
I thought they were very interesting. I'm still loving the moments that I still feel like I'm having, because I mean I consider myself to be a very smart person.
Oh, okay.
But Days of Our Lives fooled me this week, because I was sitting there like, well, no, he didn't. Like that's how I was. So yeah. So I thought it was a very interesting ring, and I've said it since they arrived. I love the Xander Clyde Orpheus storyline. So there's that.
Someone in the chat room just said, "Are these guys gay?"
Well, exactly. That's your answer, guys. That's your answer.
I'm not.
I'm just slightly. No, for my thing is, because I don't, like I said, I don't watch the show every single week because I'm busy watching other shows at the same time.
You're just so busy.
I can't do it all. But what I like is every time I come back in to watch Days of Our Lives, the pace is faster. It's actually really inclusive. They're showing so many family members and ties, and they're bringing them together. I love umbrella stories. I'm a big fan of umbrella stories. Like Tony said, I like the three guys overseeing the whole town. They're all trying to fight together, but you're seeing pockets of people meeting up and trying to make plans.
The entire cast is incorporated.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that so much. I have a couple of rants, but for the overall, I like what the direction is going.
Yeah.
I do too. I felt like it was a little busy this week.
It was very busy this week.
There was a lot going on.
Jesus.
Everyone had a scene with everybody, so it was hard to keep track
I
of.
was gonna cry. I was supposed to write down. I was like, you guys know my note card, but I had like all these note cards trying to write this stuff
Smoke
down.
started coming from my
Exactly.
notepad and pen.
Jesus, there was so much going on, which in a way it's great for us, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
We will jump in a moment, but we will be taking calls once we are done with tidbits. So get your questions ready.
Yeah, and comments and such.
And Tony, why don't you tell them the number to call?
The number later on will be 424-253-0749.
One more time, they can call.
424-253-0749. I sound like one of those one.
Law
Yeah,
office.
exactly.
Or I didn't think law. I went straight dirty.
you did.
1-900.
Oh, never mind. I don't want to get Steven all worked up.
Should we hop on in?
Let's do it.
It's now time to start
Dishin Days. I was like, I was gonna reach over and try to.
Oh, you tried it.
Do you want to do it?
I'm too
Well,
far
it's too
away.
late now. It's done.
Yeah, I'm too far away.
Bum bum. Oh my goodness.
God, thanks, Stephen.
Marion, have your note cards too? That's why I think note cards are legendary. I do my note cards.
You can sell them.
I could sell them. And sign them and sell them.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, this week's top storyline was what is wrong with me?
Clad.
That's the marriage name of Clyde and Chad. Clad. Clyde, Chad, and Andre, along with Lucas and Adrian. What did we think?
Loved it.
Okay, so as I was saying earlier, you know the moment where I said Days surprised me?
Yes.
And I was like, ooh. So when Clyde came through the catacomb, and I was like, "Ooh, girl!" First of all, you can't just walk up to somebody and act like that.
Right.
Like, you got to knock or do something. You just, I understand. You know where the tunnel is. Everybody does by now.
Everybody
Everyone should know the tunnels.
I know it.
Yeah, like you can't just come bursting in. And then I was like, okay. So then, when it was revealed that Andre was like working with Clyde, I was like, shut the front door, Andre. I thought you was trying to be good. But it all made sense because he was upset that Chad, and then felt like Chad couldn't run Demare Enterprises, and then Clyde was going after the baby, which I still don't understand. Like, that baby is not even in your bloodline. Like, what you gonna do?
Right.
So then, when Adrian and Lucas were down in the panic room, I was like, oh, that's smart. Keep him in the panic room, that way he don't know. Then the baby started crying, and I was like, oh, Lord Jesus. But then Chad got shot. And I was like, oh, no, Andre done went crazy and done shot Chad. What is Mark gonna do now?
I know, right?
And then Lucas and Adrian came up, and I was just like, oh. And then all of a sudden it was like, joke's on you, Clyde. And I was like, what? That was all a plan?
Yeah,
I was shocked.
It was a good plan.
Oh.
I loved it.
I agree
in the
with you.
panic room.
Oh.
You said it all for me, actually. That's exactly how I felt.
So that
was-
covers
it
that
was-
storyline.
I know.
mean,
That's how I felt. That's how I felt.
It was just filled with so much, like, because I seriously thought, like everything was happening. I was like, look at Dean and Higley coming in and just saying, y'all thought it was going to be one way, but it's going to be this way. And I was like, you know what? Fan with open arms, is just going to take it. And I was like, oh, just when you thought Andre was good, and then,
Yeah.
that's how I felt. Like, I went through it, kind of.
Yes. No, I agree with you. I completely was like, this is going that direction, and then it was like, surprise!
Yes.
And it was like, no, it's not going that direction at all. I'm like, because they never said the plan, obviously. Remember, they never said the plan.
they never said what the plan was.
Because what's his name was, because Chad was like, okay, let me tell you what the plan is, and then he cuts away. So you never saw it. So I'm like, this is really smart. I like that. I kind of like that. Little suspense within suspense.
Had no idea.
They needed to get Adrian a paper bag.
Why?
She was screaming.
Oh, yes.
At a certain point, I was like, she needs to stop.
She had to have the dramatics.
But then I thought, right. But then I thought if someone had been shot right in front of, well, me even, I would probably be reacting the exact same way.
I wonder what Mark's reaction would have been to be standing there and seeing Chad shot.
Just like Adrian.
Talk about dramatics.
Do you think more or less dramatic than Adrian?
More.
We should run a poll.
A whole lot more. You know what? I suddenly see Mark like going.
He'd jump in front of the bullet.
Yeah,
he would,
and trying to jump in front of the bullet, but because he has bad timing, like it still would have hit Chad anyway.
The only thing that made me think that he wasn't really shot was how unsure Andre was about, well, Chad just kind of came for me. Because Andre has an answer for everything. He's never nervous. But when he kind of acted hesitant as to Chad actually coming at him, I thought, I don't know if he really came at you.
I don't know. Like, well, I know it was that moment where he had the gun and he was just like, oh, what did I do?
Yeah.
But then I was just like, oh, that wasn't part of your plan. But you kind of went,
Could work with it, kind of.
But you kind of went hope and just shot people up.
And that would have been the second time that Chad would have been shot.
Yes. He's been shot before.
Right.
Who was he shot by?
Oh my God, what's his name?
In TBD, when it was Casey DJ.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was twice. He's been shot twice.
Who did shoot him?
I'm blanking out.
Was it somebody going?
The girl, right?
Someone was going after EJ, not?
Yeah, I think so.
And he jumped in front of the bullet. Somebody knows.
What I thought. Here's my question for you guys, because I haven't watched that much off and on. So Lucas and Adrian are married?
Mm-mm.
So they're not married.
They're just together. I'm still not on board.
You're not on board?
Nope.
No.
See, a long time ago, I liked them together. So they're not good together?
No.
I'm saying, okay. Who should Lucas be with? There's nobody else. There's no one left, is there, for Lucas to be with?
Lucas.
He's related to everybody. He's a whore. He's related to everybody.
Sammy.
But she's not on the show.
He could have ran off with her. Oh, no, not like
We
that.
like Brian Until.
We love Brian.
I love Brian, but I'm just saying, like, okay, whatever.
There was one who's left. I'm just saying who's left.
That new girl that he was gonna start with, but then they kicked her off.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It was a great old-fashioned kind of, like I said, suspense within suspense. And literally, I like Tony. I thought it was going one direction. I'm thinking, oh wow, Andre really did turn on him.
Yeah.
And it made sense in character. But anyway, to me, Tail Pangolin, I could watch him read the phone book. I could watch him. I love his interaction with Clyde. Him and James Reed had such great chemistry going back and forth because Clyde was just like, I'm Blue, your mouth is your Demira. Yeah. And Andrew's just like, you don't want to shoot me. I know you want to, but you don't want to shoot me. Yeah. His delivery is just so smooth. And he's just so, no Tail, of course, too, but he's a nice guy, but he's so good.
God. I like that Andre told Clyde he wanted Chad dead.
Yeah.
There was so much this week.
Yeah.
It moved at a rapid pace.
Oh my God, yeah.
I felt like so much happened, and then I kind of think very little happened. I think there was a lot of discussion. There was a lot of discussion, but nothing, until toward the end of the week.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind. Sometimes when we don't get no discussion, and it goes from A to Z, and you're like, well, give us two scenes for an explanation.
Thank you.
We got a lot of explanation. Like we got a lot of scenes together. People were meeting up and calling and talking, which I can appreciate on some level.
Lucas told Kate he disapproves of her working with Andre.
Who said that?
Lucas told Kate that.
Yeah.
I like their scenes together too.
Oh, I think Brian Attillo and Lauren Castle have such great chemistry. Anyways, mother and son, and because neither of them are perfect. And they kind of, I always said this before. I did Look Who's Laid on them a long time ago. He's the only kid that she raised. They're kind of like brother and sister. Yeah. And mother and son. I have that relationship with my mother. We kind of grew up together. They kind of did too. When she was trying to build up from being a prostitute and trying to build her life together.
Was everybody a prostitute?
They all were. It's about.
Everybody was in the whole.
But so I like.
That's how you get your start in Salem.
Okay.
That shoulder though.
That doesn't. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, big boy.
Is he gay? You be the judge.
Ooh. Definition of shade.
Shade
that
Sunday.
Was shade.
Kind of shady.
Welcome back.
That was.
I'm back, bitches. I'm back, bitches.
He's back, bitches.
That's right.
And then so they come in, they arrest Clyde.
Yes.
Who thought that Clyde was still going to get away? I thought for 2 seconds
he was going to vanish into thin air. Yeah.
Just go.
Yeah.
Yep. I did. I totally thought that. I was like, wait for it.
Wait for it.
Because it was 2 Salem PD holding him. I was like, watch. Oh, they actually got
They
it.
got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
and there's JJ.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Gabby stuck around to talk to Chad so he could change his shirt. Did anyone think maybe he should run up and take a shower before putting on a brand new fresh shirt with blood still on his skin, that fake blood?
It was ketchup.
Is that what, did they say that?
Mark came and looked it up.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding.
That happened during commercial break, but I thought you're putting on a brand new shirt. Go take a shower.
Here's my problem.
It was just to get him shirtless in front of Gabby.
Of course. But here's my problem. I don't think JJ looks like a cop to me.
No.
He's like a child in a cop uniform.
Like a rookie.
It just looks weird to me. I don't buy it.
Like a rookie, yeah.
He's a rookie.
I don't buy it.
He's a rookie.
I don't buy it either.
He's a rookie.
And did you know it was one of the scenes, I think it was on Friday, where they're at the station and Hope asks JJ a question. She's like, "Hey, Devereaux." I was like, "That's Jennifer's son. You would never call
would never
him
say
that."
that.
Well, he
Never
can't.
say
She can't be like, what? Hey, cuz.
Right.
So, or
Yeah.
hey, what? They're cousins, right?
cousins.
How about "Hey, JJ"?
Yeah.
Well, it's cop terminology.
Oh, I get it.
You know what I mean? Like,
No,
hey,
that's
Brady.
not lost on me.
Hey, Hernandez.
Right.
Yo, Devereaux.
Right.
Yeah, but he's just like
Yeah.
he was like a little boy that she
Yeah, I know.
saw grow up,
I
and all
know.
of a sudden he's Devereaux.
I don't buy him as a cop. Sorry. And and Days J agrees with me. I don't buy him as a cop, and I'm not buying it.
But
He's selling. And I like Casey Moss. I think he's hot and everything. I like all that stuff. I like him personally, but I just don't care for the.
He's a rookie. I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
Yep, that's
Sure.
what I'm gonna go with.
Final answer?
Final answer. Survey says. Ding ding ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
He's a rookie.
He's a rookie.
You heard it here first, folks.
He's a rookie.
JJ Devereaux, rookie.
The rookie. So I guess basically that part of he's captured. So I guess we got 1 down, 2 to go. I guess
Yep.
what's going on there? I guess with that.
1 down, 2 to go.
One sound full to go.
Well, speaking of the next one, Xander, Nicole, and Deimos.
This was my favorite storyline of the week.
Okay.
I liked it. Nicole slays those scenes.
So she's good.
does.
She's good. Ari's good, and of course, Vincent Irizarry and Paul Telfer are great. They're all
Wonderful.
great. They're
Love
all
Sand.
great.
Well, you know.
Oh yeah, but yeah, and we've said this on the show for the last year. We want to keep him on the show. Like I want to keep him on the show. I don't want him gone. He can be a really complex villain. You need to keep him on the show.
Yeah.
Xander?
Yes.
I agree.
But him and Deimos, they're complex. They both were outcasts. I mean, it's just there's so much you can mine. He's a good actor. You can mine from him. The fans love him. I know that. They love him.
Vincent's an amazing villain.
Yeah, he's so good.
He's so good.
He's good at everything he does anyway. I've been a fan since Lou Jack back in the '80s and Guiding Light.
When Deimos tries to be sweet and soft with
Yeah.
Nicole, you know that the bad boy is just like dying to get out.
Yeah, he wants her at the house. He's like,
But
bitch, move in the house.
Everybody named Mama is at that
That's
house.
just what she said. She
bedrooms?
said.
How many
That's a
bedrooms?
I
mansion.
have
It's a
no
mansion.
idea, but we only see one side of
Yeah.
it. But I feel like when you go upstairs, like, I mean, what do you walk down, like, this long hall?
Right.
Right.
To, like, the other side, to,
Right.
like, the west wing of the mansion?
I love when we were talking about it being a nice mansion, and JP was like, "It's a nice living room."
yeah. I mean, the
That's
thing
all we
is,
see.
anybody can live there, I guess. But even Nicole was like, okay, everybody's living here. I don't live with all these people.
But I think she's also still trying to. She's there with Deimos, but she's still trying to find like I love this week where she was like, you know what, I need to deal with my past before I can deal with the future, and then she bolted
I loved that.
off of the bodyguard. She's like, oh, I left my jacket,
That was great. She was like, "Ray, could you grab my jacket?"
Yeah, that's what he
and then he popped up.
found her. He found her
Yeah.
later.
Okay.
He was creepy.
So can I take you guys to when she went to Daniel's gravesite?
Please do. I was.
First of all, didn't know that his middle name was James.
I know that either. I didn't know either.
Dr. Daniel James Jonas.
Mark Freeman and Daniel have something in common. They
that's
share the
so
same middle
funny.
name.
Oh my God, they do. Oh my. Mark's gonna love that. He's gonna love that one.
Okay, but when Ari is great. She does a great job.
Right.
You know, it was a tearful moment, basically letting go of this part of her life. But when she put that ring on top of that gravesite, I was like, honey,
Yeah.
you don't put that ring on top of that gravesite?
Do something with it.
Pawn it.
Something.
Give it away.
Safety
Melt
deposit
it into
box.
something.
Yeah, I'm up to
Give it to
something.
Do
Parker.
something. Don't
Give
you
it to
leave it
Melanie.
on that gravesite.
Oh, I agree, Marion was. Ray is hot. Nicole's body hard was hot. Yeah, he's hot.
No.
You like him? I kind of like him.
No, I'm good.
I thought he served the purpose well. I thought that he was creepy bodyguard.
There was another bodyguard that was hotter.
Oh, there was
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
no, it's you know, for me, I didn't care about Daniel Jonas, so I was like, whatever. But
she had to
I
let
guess
that
she had
go
to. I guess
in
she
order
had
to
to.
move forward with Deimos, and then. Oh, it's so suspenseful.
He looked at you, so he looked at me. I know what's next, but
then,
he looked at
when they.
the exchange.
Oh no, wait.
I'll give you Teresa for Nicole. That was so funny to me later on.
Oh no, wait! But before we got there, Xander pops up at the gravesite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scared me.
He knocked Ray unconscious.
Yes, he did.
I don't understand how everybody can get knocked.
I love
Yeah,
that.
I know. Like, what?
Yeah. I'm like, and then
And you know she was like, mother.
I know. Mother
then
of God.
Xander pops up with his little coiffed hair.
He has hair. I know his hair, and I love it.
He's sexy.
He is. He's great.
I'd let him kidnap me.
He's like-
We missed a part though. At the very beginning of the week, when Deimos asked Nicole to stay, she was gonna go and do her thing, and he said that he would have a room made up for her, and she agreed to stay, and then they were going to make love in
and
the
then Brady
living room.
walked
Brady
in.
walked in,
That's
looking for Tate's toy.
toy. I forgot.
Keep them toys in that bedroom.
Yes.
and a drink for Teresa.
I know. That was hilarious. He came back with the drink. He's like, "Here you go." Because actually, okay, because I know that's a tidbit. I'm just gonna say it now because it's kind of brought it up. I thought it was very realistic, her portrayal, because I have raised a child and a baby. That first year, so it's really hard because babies just need all your attention.
Oh, how Teresa went off the deep
Yeah,
end.
I'm
Off
just
the deep
completely.
end.
Ask any mother out there; they will tell you it's completely realistic. And
She
and
played
Brady,
it so
she
well,
played it so
too.
well, and Brady's such a dude. Like he's like, oh, I could do that, I guess. And she's like, I'll just do it. Like, but she was completely out of her wits' end. So I love that he brought that big fruity drink in, and she was like, that's really sweet, but I can't really. If I drink it, I'll just like fall asleep. But she just like, I just need sleep. It completely made sense to me. That was a great.
I think so too.
That was
Is
great.
that a soundbite?
Is that oh my
is that
phone?
you?
So now.
That's a soundbite.
Oh, and then Brady told Nicole, pretty much as creepy as it was that I just almost saw you have sex with your boyfriend. I've never seen you happier.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. I was like,
That's true.
You guys, yeah, it's kind of weird. It's all. It's funny. These women go through that whole Kiriakis family, don't they? Chloe, Nicole, they all kind of work it out, don't they? They kind of go through the family.
Well, ain't nobody in Salem.
So, yes, Paul Telfer Xander is walking sex.
Yes, I was just gonna say.
Yeah,
it,
I'm like, I saw a comment. I was like, yes, I completely agree.
Actually.
Geraldo
actually is.
said, when Nicole left the ring, I needed Maxine's son to sashay in and say, girl,
yeah.
you don't want this? I'll take you for a trip to Greece. Girl. Oh, we've been talking about how Sonny and Paul should use gay lingo.
Yeah, I know they should
When
completely.
they meet each other, they be
Okay.
like, girl, bitch, let me tell you about this tea
Okay.
that I just found out at Marlena's house, honey. We got to go to Club TBD and TT real quick.
They should. Hello, they should.
That's so funny.
It's pretty funny actually, but they don't do that. They're all very straight gay guys.
Yeah, well, you know.
They're kind of bugs.
Okay, so then
This one was one of those. It just kept going
What? Which one?
with Xander and
Yeah,
Nicole,
so he
and
grabs.
then,
Yes, he grabs Nicole. So you're gonna call whatever. James, yes, James. Mother's reached their limit, but they have a neighbor. Oh, okay. Somebody says yes, James. Mother's reached their limit, but they have a nanny for Tate.
not this week.
Apparently, they didn't have one this week. Apparently, it was like apparently they didn't have one this week.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I forgot. Go ahead. I forgot. I'll come back
It
in.
was about Xander and Nicole.
Yeah, but I forgot what it was.
I said it just kept going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just blanked out. With
Well,
the thing.
okay, so then they ended
Up in the hotel.
in the
Salem Inn.
Salem
Okay, here we go. Yeah, Salem Inn.
And
Hotel, motel,
Yeah.
Salem Inn.
Okay, now I'm supposed to say. So he's like, I want you to call Deimos. I want you to get Deimos in here and everything. That's why I said I love that exchange. He's like, I'll give you Teresa for Nicole.
But like,
and Nicole was looking like,
You can't do that.
she was like, that's a life. Like, that's a human life.
Right, you can't do that. He's like, I don't care.
who talked to Deimos? Was it Nicole?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
he
Xander.
came over.
They came over and him and Xander.
And then him and Xander
had the-
connected.
Yes.
But then I was like, oh, Deimos, you are messing up. Nicole was trying to leave and you got her
Yes.
with the chloroform.
Yes.
But he was very sweet though. Did you see that as she was laying there knocked out, he was like stroking her hair?
Yeah, but how
That was
If
terrible
I'm
is that?
chloroformed, I don't want to be like people stroking my hair. You chloroform me.
I don't want you touching me.
Exactly. After you're just a chloroform me.
It's like you wake up swinging, you could be like,
Sweetie.
get off
just like that.
Just like that.
But
Exactly.
okay, was there a moment that you guys thought, okay, is this a part of their plan for Xander?
Right. I couldn't tell. I was because I was just bamboozled from the other thing.
Yeah.
I was just like, maybe this is, couldn't tell. Maybe
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, that's a great word
question.
to describe exactly what
Yeah.
it was. It was like a bamboozle.
Yeah.
I don't know, because my thought was Teresa's dead.
Right. Also, Deimos wants Nicole under his thumb. First of all, he loves her. Wants her under his thumb. So I thought maybe it's just his plan to get her under his thumb. Just take this opportunity and chloroform it.
A few weeks ago, he said, I think he pretty much stated that he's kind of over the fact that she resembles Helena.
Yeah.
I don't agree. Like, I still think that
It's in there.
I think it's in there.
Yeah.
It's a twisted storyline.
No, it's not sweet, Tony. It's creepy. LOL. Oh, Xander went Bill Cosby this week. LOL.
Ooh, now that's a little too much.
Woo! Bill Cosby.
That's a lot there.
Geraldo's got an opinion this week.
I know Geraldo Ortiz.
Geraldo Ortiz.
What's his name in there? Diaz. Sorry, Diaz.
Oh, Diaz.
I just named a singer. His name's Geraldo Ortiz.
Well, at least you didn't say Rivera.
I know.
That's somebody completely
Geraldo
different.
Rivera. All right. I think the plan was more apparent once we knew about the Clyde sting. That's what Carolyn thinks. So maybe it was part of the plan.
Maybe it's part of the
It's
plan.
part of the plan.
I guess we'll see.
So Xander's still on the loose.
Yep.
Yep.
On the loose.
And that leaves one.
Orpheus.
Are we on that one?
I think so.
Orpheus, John, Marlena, Steve, Kayla, and Joey.
But I love how I think it was Marlena this week that was like, but Orpheus is the smartest of them all. Mm-hmm. So it's almost kind of like we have to be extra careful. But Orpheus going around planting bombs.
Right. He's scary.
But did you I felt like Friday was supposed to be much bigger, especially with
It
the
is so,
bombs.
it is so like,
Like the bombs were going off,
Yeah.
but people, like injured people, were just like arriving. And I like that I love that they made sure to let us know that people weren't dead.
Yeah.
But they were like preparing for like injured people to come in. But then I just kind of thought, so it's not like a big thing, or is it? Or like you just going around playing like little fireworks and then.
They did a horrible job of explaining how, like, Paul, for instance, who got struck by the
Injured,
tree, was at John and Marlena's apartment. How did he end up there after getting hit severely? And, like, wouldn't he have gone straight from being outside?
Maybe he
Right.
just wanted to go home.
I think sometimes,
I don't
but
Continuity.
yeah, I think you do strange things when you're in shock. Like going home might not be that far-fetched. I just thought it was poorly explained. But yes, you were right. Marlena read the case file saying Orpheus is the most dangerous because he has nothing to lose.
They're doing a lot as the person who's watched Days the longest. I remember Orpheus the first time around. They're actually rooted in history because he did bombs back then. That's how we thought Marlena was dead. The plane exploded. So he's into bombs. So when I saw that, I was like, okay, he's into bombs. That makes sense. That's what he did before.
And they mentioned that this week too. They were like, "That's his trademark. That's his calling
trademark.
card."
Yes, that's his calling card.
Yeah.
So he'd always so now I was like, good for me as a historian. As you guys know, I'm like, that's good use of history, and the fact that he's actually. That we have Steve and Kayla and all them working together because my Look Who's Related we'll show you a little later more a little bit a scene about that. But it's all rooted in from the '80s, and that Joey's involved and wants to be involved makes sense because he wants to help him out and everything. So I thought good stuff rooted in history. I like that, which is what soap's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be part-time, use of history to inform a storyline today, and that makes me very happy.
And
that's it, kid.
and that's the word from James Lott Jr.
Exactly. I'm James Lott Jr. You can follow me at James Lott Jr. Okay, no. So that's kind of what I think. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
I made a note. I said Kayla and Steve want Kate to lure Clyde.
But he's already caught.
Right.
But do want
And then I wrote, right, and so she didn't. And then John wants Brady to make peace with Deimos. And then Marlena asked Deimos and Nicole where Xander is, wants Deimos to reach out to Xander. And then Marlena told Nicole and Deimos that she suspects Xander will try and kill Nicole again, which brings it
this was
back
last week.
to... This was...
Was it this week?
It was the beginning of the week.
It's a blur.
I know.
Yeah, there's a lot of information.
But it's weird just because I think everything that they had planned in their little team meeting at the beginning of the week didn't really get executed the way that they had talked about earlier on. I mean, if if Marlena suspects that Xander will try and kill Nicole again, is Deimos working with her, or was Deimos trying to lure Xander?
We'll find out, I guess. I don't know.
Questions.
There's a question.
know.
I know, James, using history to drive current story should be Soap 101. I agree.
Well, there's
They
that.
have a long history, so I mean, it's like right now they're really doing this. With all three characters they're doing, all the three baddies, they're doing that. But Orpheus was on the longest, so.
I do find myself, when it comes to Kayla, wanting to like scream to the TV and be like, "Kayla, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yes, I do.
Are you okay?"
Yeah, you've got a
Kayla?"
lot going on, Kayla. You all right?
And she keeps wearing all these head wraps.
Yeah, I
Yes.
thought about you with her different head wraps, but I also thought about you this week at the end when they're all in the hospital with the victims of the explosions. And there was a woman sitting in a waiting room chair. It was an Asian woman sitting in the waiting room chair. She was talking to herself until they like did their pass.
Yeah.
And she stopped talking. But I could hear you being like, "Girl, did you not hear them yell action?" Like,
It's like, girl, be quiet.
Yeah.
Like, we're already started.
Well, we started, so shit.
Supposed to pantomime
yeah,
your
but
talk.
you don't.
Right.
But you don't pantomime your talk when you're sitting alone.
Just sitting there like,
That's exactly what she was doing. Did you see it?
Oh, that's so funny, catch that.
And then they walked by and she stopped.
yeah, because that's when she was like,
Ooh,
Oops.
trying to
felt
keep my
like she
job.
was in meditation.
She probably was. You know, she got injured, so she was praying.
The patients in that hospital always give me a laugh because it's.
And now Blanca's a nurse.
Thank you.
What was that? I don't even. I'm like, oh, you're a nurse. Oh, okay.
I wrote that too. I said,
But
Blanca's-
her and the mother had nursing experience.
Okay. Well, I didn't know she was a nurse at the hospital.
I wrote, since when is Blanca a nurse?
Yeah,
Yeah, like-
that was that. I will admit that was a weird way to reintroduce
Yeah.
her because we hadn't seen her in a long time. And actually, you know what? I forgot her name until someone said it later on. But when in my notes, it was like I called her Miss Cha Cha. Like in my notes, it was like Miss Cha Cha.
Miss Cha-Cha, I like it.
I like her.
Yeah, she's fine.
She's
Yeah.
fine.
And then all of a sudden, okay,
Yeah.
now wait.
We got to get to it.
Wasn't she flirting with Rafe? And now all of a sudden she's flirting with Dario?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's that guacamole.
Oh, it's guacamole, it's taquitos.
She said she tells Dario she would go out with him and she's not interested in Rafe. And then she made some weird comment about we can go out together, but I'm going to buy my own drink.
Yeah. Independent woman.
Well, I mean, she's a nurse.
You nurse?
Hired at University. Maybe that's where she's been. She's been doing the paperwork for University Hospital. That's why she ain't been around for a while.
Yeah, okay.
And then she just popped up and she had a job.
Jordy was looking sexy shirtless, too. He was. He was talking when he was here about going shirtless and how he was supposed to do a shirtless scene and ended up not happening.
He's hot.
Well, that happened.
That happened.
Well, go ahead.
He's hot.
All right, so we covered the. Oh, and then Dario told Eddie that he hired the creeper to hurt
Oh,
Yeah, he
Rafe and
admitted
not
that.
Gabby.
Yeah, he admitted that.
Yes.
To make him look bad, he admitted that. And he was like, okay, I get it. He's like, I've done worse. He's like, I've done worse. So
Are we in tidbits?
he's
Well,
almost.
I don't know because we hopped into. Let's just
It was
hop
my
on
fault.
into it.
I'm disrupting the show because I'm not here normally.
You're always so disruptive.
I am.
I figured while we were on Dario and Blanca,
Yeah.
throw
Yeah,
Eddie on in there.
Yeah, we'll throw it in there.
We're in tidbits now.
Days of Our Lives, we are in tidbits now. Days of Our Lives does a terrific job at casting a creeper. Like the one that Dario hired to shoot Rafe and not
Yeah.
Gabby, such a creep. I think that
But he was like
he was like the Grease Lightning creep.
yes, very West Side Story, like
Yeah.
one of the Jets.
That's him.
Sorry, my little Maria.
You know that
I wanna
scene?
come to America.
The scene. That was-
crazy. Yeah,
Come on,
it's very
James, you
much
know you
that.
wanted to join.
Oh no, he already did.
I did mine already. Sorry, I did mine already.
He did his by himself. He's Maria.
Maria. I when
Yeah.
I come to the America. We're all Puerto Rican.
Oh my gosh, I love that song.
It is a great song.
It is.
Yes.
I would
Avery
be the-
Moreno.
I would be the friend though.
Yes, I'm
I'll
talking
be
to
the
you.
wrong.
You have some good lines in that song, too.
Everyone there would have moved here.
Exactly. There's some good lines for the friend of that song. Yes. That's good
Okay,
fun.
sorry. We're back.
We're back, everybody. West Side Story.
Yeah, so great job casting a creeper. I agree with that. I'm glad that Dario got it off his chest that he did that. Speaking of Eddie also had a confession too to Kate that he felt like it was his fault that Orpheus, Xander, and Clyde were even out because of his plan, which I still love.
Are they going to sleep together?
Kate, I mean, why not? She can sleep with nobody else.
There was a funny moment where she was like, Eduardo, does anyone call you Eddie? And his answer was sometimes, but the way that she kind of leaned in and asked the question reminded me of like Karen Walker. And
does anyone call you Eddie?
Yeah, and I felt like he was going to go, no.
Yeah, right. No.
And she was going to be like, whatever.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was a sweet moment.
They have great chemistry.
They do.
Chemistry. I said from the very beginning they had great chemistry.
I think they should have kept that going instead of
me too.
entering her with Deimos.
Same here,
I think they would have been, because like Eduardo is like a soft bad guy.
Yes.
He's reformed.
Yeah.
Do we believe that he's reformed?
I
I think so.
He is reformed. He's just like checking people.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
who gonna check me, boo?
Look, you want to check me?
You
Yeah,
ain't
that's
gonna
right.
check nobody,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very much that. Yeah. All right. What else?
So then the Hope, Rafe, Aiden. With
Okay. You want to talk about creepers? Let's talk about creepers. Let's talk about Aiden.
I'm
Let's
gonna
talk
buy
about
you a
Aiden.
dress and you're gonna meet me tonight wearing it.
Okay, I have so many questions.
And wait, no, wait. Wait. And Hope is like, bitch, I'm busy. Like,
Yeah.
there is stuff
Murders.
going on, and say, well, you get a break. Well, what kind of break you think I'm about to get? You think I'm a cop and I just get like an hour lunch break? Like, there's a crisis going on in Salem, and you worried about me wearing this dress?
Heard that.
I have so many questions, you guys.
Go ahead.
I don't even know if you guys even answer them.
Go. Question number 1. No.
So- I really don't like anything I saw this week when it came to her, Hope, and Aiden.
Mark's been saying it for weeks.
I'm saying, now you guys know. First of all, Hope is my girl. Hope is my girl. I love her more than life itself. The whole thing. Okay. I don't think Hope has chemistry with Rafe anymore. I don't think she has chemistry with the writers have ruined everything. They've ruined the whole storyline. They've ruined it all. They ruined the whole. I mean, why wasn't Aiden a good guy when he came back, and why aren't they together? And like, I don't understand. And I don't get any of it. I think it's just so. Now he's creepy and like, blackmailing her because he knows that she killed Stefano to be able to go on a date with him.
The men in Hope's life don't listen to her.
Not at all.
She's like, Rafe, right now you and I aren't going to work. And he's like, I'm not going to take that. Like, I can't take that lying down. And she's like, no, but seriously, like, I need me time. I've got so much going on. And then you've got Aiden who's like, put the dress I just bought you on and meet me. And she's like you said, I'm
you're
busy.
going to,
and you're
because
going
I
to.
know that you killed Stefano.
Listen to her. Listen to her.
I think they ruined everything. But the one thing with this whole storyline, that's it. I'm just like, they ruined it all.
Everything.
Everything, bitches. The only thing that I like with the storyline is they finally showed Hope and Jen together. They're close cousins. Finally, she admits that she killed Stefano to Jen.
Yes.
And I was like, well, finally. They finally put them, like, that's the whole point. They were close cousins. Why wouldn't you tell her?
Yeah.
It's like, good, you finally unloaded. I love that scene, those scenes with them together. Finally. It's like, Jesus, the only thing I liked about the whole thing, but everything else was cheese and crackers to me and kiss my grits. I couldn't take any of it.
You know what I did
That off her
like?
chest.
I did like that Rafe gave Aiden the box of work, like the stack of files.
Oh, that did happen.
Which I think was like Monday, and it felt like it was 3 weeks ago. But he gave him the stack of files, and Aiden was like, "I'm not doing this," and Rafe was like, "Oh no, you will. Roman wants you to." And then he's like, "Oh, and when you're done that one,
There's more
another
boxes.
box and another box."
Yeah. But basically, Rafe was like, since you want to go back and look at some files,
Yep.
here goes some files that you can
Here's
look
some
at.
files for you.
And in our chat, Alana, question for Tony James Matthew: what in the heck happened to Hope promising Stefano that she'd watch out for Chad? I know she has her own stuff on the go, but she has nothing to do with Chad.
But didn't she just have that scene with JJ trying to find out to make sure everything was okay at the DeMera mansion?
I guess so. I don't even know.
I don't know if I care.
I just don't care.
Thank
I
you.
don't give two shits. I'm gonna say I'm gonna cuss.
You are not
Two
supposed to
shits.
say you don't care.
I don't care about this storyline. Kristen Alfonso deserves so much better. Galen Gehring deserves so much better, and so does Daniel Cosgrove. They're three great actors. Spin them off in other storylines.
Hope.
I'm done.
Hope told Jen about Stefano, and Jen was like, I don't care.
Yeah, she was like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
She was like, drinks.
But I feel like this. Like, why would anybody care that someone like all the stuff that everyone knows that Stefano did? Like,
Come on,
who
Tony,
cares?
acknowledge it. That was good.
What drinks? That was good. I did.
It's like,
Sorry.
It's like
It was, yeah.
they don't care. I mean, she did. It's just like,
Who
come
cares?
on.
Drinks?
Yeah.
Question mark? No.
She was like, let's go to
Pills?
TBD. She was
A
like,
pill, a pill, a
let's go
pill.
to TBD and get lit.
Yes.
Lit.
Like,
We are
what?
celebrating.
I don't blame you. No, I'm just like.
She was like, we'll have some beers at Brady's and then we'll go to TBD. We'll go to.
We'll have some beers at the pub.
Yep.
You know, maybe,
We'll have some of that chicken surprise at that
yes,
made.
or the clam chowder.
Yeah, the
you
clam
know,
chowder.
and then we'll hop over to TBD.
And get our freak on.
They should. Okay, that's what she needs. I just the whole storyline. I'm done.
Jen was gonna back it up at TBD.
back it up.
Oh my
done.
gosh.
Done.
I don't.
Boring.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this storyline either
No.
because you cannot blackmail. I mean, even the only person who was the queen of blackmailing somebody to be with her is Sammy.
Our Melvin fan just said, I could care less about Hope keeping a promise to Stefano.
yeah, like this. I just.
He dead.
He did. I don't know.
gone.
I just. I think they all deserve better.
Yeah.
And that's just me. I don't know. It's just me.
All right. Well, there's that. Next.
Next.
I would skip down to Paul, to Abba, Theo, and Abe. I'm gonna do whatever. I know you look at me. I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Someone should turn
look!
Someone should turn that into a gift.
I know.
Look, we've got Theo and Abe.
Oh, you try.
Oh, you did try it. You did try it. Okay, Tony and I maybe have an age difference, but I can only be his father. I was really fast.
Well, then, in
They
that-
accelerated your-
well, then-
Yeah, that could work. I was fast.
exactly. Well, in
They
that case,
sourced
he
you.
is correct.
I was fast.
You
Like,
were
yeah.
fast. You still fast.
I am fast.
Slow
I
down.
know, dang it.
Okay.
But yes, well, ignore what Matthew just said.
And
but,
Lexi.
Girl, bye.
Yeah, I'm like, good night.
Good.
Get out.
Good
Get
night.
out.
Get.
Get out. No, but yeah, no, it's. I thought it was a great scene together, those two. And now that it's so funny to see actually. I don't see Theo that much, so I don't watch the show that much. But seeing Kyle Pettit just do such a great job continually, he does such a great job, and their talk together was so good. Like, do you want me not to do it again because you think I can't handle things? Because he's trying to be a man. Theo's trying to be a man, and Abe was like, "No, I believe in you. It's not a good idea to do this stuff. No shooting anymore. No more guns. It's like it just was a great moment between these two."
Do you think that Theo understood the severity of taking the gun, though?
I'm not
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
I mean, he did. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know if he.
I'm pretty sure Theo was well aware of what he
smart.
was doing.
He's smart.
He just couldn't fully follow through
Yeah.
because autism got to him.
Yeah.
And he got a little like, oh wait,
Yeah.
but he knew what he was doing.
No, I believe that he knew what he was doing, but does he know that, like, how dangerous it was?
He didn't
Maybe.
care.
He didn't care. He was just.
Clyde shot his father.
Yeah.
He didn't care. He didn't care.
He didn't care. Yeah.
Not at all. Just like, wait. Nope, no more examples. That's it. He
Yeah.
didn't care.
Yeah.
He didn't care. Yep.
Didn't care.
That was it. All right.
I love their scenes together. I love seeing. For me, I like seeing a black father and black son on television. Having a storyline. So that makes me happy.
So does the audience.
Like, hey, again, excuse you. I'm like his older brother or sister. What about you?
Sister.
You.
Sister.
Like, hello, people. Not
Yeah.
that old.
So, well,
Well, I am a grandfather. But yes,
Then
Paul, Sonny, Gabby, and Jed.
I loved those scenes.
It was cute.
Yep.
It was cute. I like Paul and Gabby being friends. I like them, but again, I have the same problems. It's like they're just everybody's so straight laced. I want to see some fun. They're young, really young. Have some, have some, like you said, some lingo, some stuff. It's like it all seems so straight laced and so buttoned up.
yeah.
It's like, come on. I mean, I know you guys been through some stuff on the show, obviously, but
This week. It happened earlier. They brought Sonny and Chad together. Mm-hmm. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Gabby and
Gabby and Paul.
they had talk. They
brought
checked
Sonny and
together.
Chad,
Yeah.
and they had a heated moment, and
Yes.
then I love when they made up. You can see the love between the two of them.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, and the
Are they good friends in real life?
I don't know. I'm not like.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know their life.
I would assume so. But the card that they had from the first time that they opened up Club TBD and she had it.
Yeah. It was cute. It was cute. It was very cute.
Moments.
I like the Chad Sonny relationship because Chad's just like super straight dude, so to speak, and Sonny's like he's gay, very open. And I like that it didn't matter. They were friends.
And there's the deep love.
Right.
I love that.
It's like me and Cameron. Me and Cameron Lewis.
And then at the very beginning of the week, though, Sonny and Paul met at the pub to talk, and Will got mentioned. Paul brought up Will, and Sonny told him to shut up.
Because it's still hard for him.
Because
it was the year anniversary.
It was a year anniversary. I'm gonna say it was a year anniversary.
Yep.
I think it was a year. I got angry again when they said it was a year anniversary. I got really angry. I remember being on this show with you guys, and we're all angry and pissed that Will got killed.
Yep.
And I got really angry again. Kind of like it was a year ago when they ruined the show. Oh yes, okay.
They need to bring Will back. I do think they're going to. I don't know when, but I think they will. Well, I'm not sure. No, but I think they will.
I'm saying, I know you're not sure. Like he doesn't know inside stuff. I'm saying, like, are you sure you think that's the direction they may go? And if they do, is it Chandler Massey gonna bring back? The guy Wilson gonna bring back? Or somebody new? He's saying no. Somebody's saying no. That he's
They're not gonna bring Will
Sometimes
back.
he's dead. Some people are dead to those shows. Sometimes they're like dead.
Because think about this. Good luck trying to explain that. When we saw the death, we saw Will, we saw the struggle.
You recently movie Soap Dish?
I was talking about that the other day.
She goes like, he carries no head. He goes, he can just attach a head back. It's some kind of special thing. You can work it out.
Good luck.
You can always work it out.
The thing I love about soaps is that they can work it out.
They can.
I mean, it could be completely off the wall and ludicrous.
Yeah, it stays in our lives.
Yep.
He's like,
good luck.
So I think I don't know. I mean, but I would love to have him back, of course. But I mean, James Reynolds plays Abe Carver. He's the best actor on Days of Our Lives. He is clean. He's a good home wife for Abe Carver on Days of Our Lives. Thank you. That's a guy. The person who just wrote that has a long handle.
Yeah.
I don't know what his handle is. Steve, Paranormal Peace, and Good Woman and Man.
All right.
I interviewed James Reynolds. He's a great guy. So yes, and he needs a bigger storyline, I guess. So we're doing that.
All right, Sierra, Claire, and Joey. They were at the hospital. They volunteered. Next.
Yeah, I know. It's like
Done.
Like John.
Joey tried to escape. Next.
Yeah.
Claire was like, "Should we answer the phones?"
It's like, girl.
Girl.
Like, you're already there. The hospital is in crisis. What else are you going to do?
Yeah.
Sierra was like, "Third floor nurses station."
University Hospital. Fun times, those kids.
I agree with Tony, but yes, I want to see Will coming back. We saw Aiden kill too, just saying, Tony.
Huh?
Kevin said we saw Aiden kill too, we didn't explain it was Aiden.
But exactly, it wasn't Aiden, and that was thoroughly explained. How are you going to explain that it wasn't Will?
Ooh, that's true.
I still think they could do something where it was like a vision of.
He had a vision of love, and it was more than they would give to me.
Yes.
Ooh, white Mariah Carey. I love it.
No, I love that song.
That's when Mariah Carey was white. But she was white. So I love it.
What is she now?
Well, now she's black. But back then she was white Mariah Carey.
I can't.
And then she was also ambiguous Mariah Carey. And then when she left Tommy Mottola, she was black Mariah Carey.
I can't.
I think it's time to open up the phone lines for
Mariah
fan
Carey.
calls. Tony, one more time, tell us where we can call in.
If you would like to call in and voice your thoughts and opinions on this week's episodes of Days of Our Lives, feel free to call us live here at AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days at 424-253-0749. Again, that's 424-253-0749. Call now.
And Steven, if you're still paying attention in the control room,
whoever's in there.
will you let us know what the sound
Whoever's
effect?
in there.
He's not. He left. Stephen fell
He
asleep.
said he's going to be here half the time.
Stephen Eaton.
I know he didn't
There hasn't been a jupe in about 30 minutes.
Yep.
So he has given up.
Oh, sure. Huck says, it was nice to see the Horton children working behind the desk. There's a long history of candy stripers in their family, which is true.
That's very true.
Oh.
Welcome to DISHIN Days. Caller, tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, it's Carolyn calling from Connecticut.
Hi,
Carolyn. Carolyn Topol.
How you doing?
We're doing
Good. How
great.
are
How are
you?
you?
Very good, very good. First of all, Tony, I got to say, Will, I think I could imagine that the Will that went to California wasn't the one that came back. We could play the same twin game they did with Aiden.
I ain't buying it, Carolyn. I almost thought she was gonna say, I would buy the fact that like it wasn't Will, but like they bring him back and it's you.
yeah.
Good luck explaining that one.
Situation.
I don't know. Well, Mark had that theory too, and I think if they didn't do that with Aiden, I would be like, oh, okay. But since they did that with Aiden, I'm like, next. Good luck.
I hear what you're saying. But really, what I wanted to comment on was we saw a lot of in the past couple weeks family connections that we've been missing for a long time. I mean, we even had Claire call Hope Grant.
Yes, I was like, finally.
Which I was like, I nearly passed out when I saw that. I was so excited.
Me too, girl.
And then the other one was like the kids are all talking about their relationships to each other. And even Sonny mentioning that Joey's his cousin.
Yes, I like that.
And
I like
Steve
that.
Steve concentrating on making sure Adrian's okay.
Yes.
So I'm really enjoying that.
I agree.
What's happening now is seeing that the family connections are finally coming back into view. And it's the Horton and the Brady and Johnson family connections that we're seeing a lot of also.
I agree.
I like that too. And I noticed that a few weeks ago when someone addressed someone and they were like, oh, Claire did, Grandpa John. And I was like,
yep.
Thank you for that.
Like, finally.
I appreciate that. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and so that's what I wanted to comment on. I was really happy to be seeing that. It's made it nicer for someone like me who's watched for a long time to see that they didn't just drop all those.
Me too.
So I like that.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
It's easy to forget too with such a big family tree.
Yeah. Bring
Yeah.
out Luda's family tree.
Good luck to the person who has to come up with that Ancestry.com.
I know.
Good luck.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Well, I'll let somebody else get in on the phone lines. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
you.
Hi, Carolyn. And it looks like we have another caller. Hello, caller. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hi, Anne from Montreal.
Hi,
Hi,
Anne.
Ooh, Canada. Yes.
Yeah.
How are you?
Not too bad yourself.
Good, thank you. What did you think of this week?
I really liked it actually. It's been fast paced. It's been fun. I've never really been a fan of Dina's writing, but she's getting a lot more right than she got wrong.
Okay.
She's got mentions that we haven't heard about in years. Storylines are intertwining, bringing people back. It's been fabulous.
Totally agree.
But I think that the plan with Chad and Andre is actually to set up Abigail's return. That's what I think is going on. Because Andre being part of that plan and helping to protect Thomas brings up Chad's trust in him. So when he finds out that Andre faked his wife's death, it's going to hit the fan.
Nobody knows.
Did Andre fake Abigail's death?
Yeah, he did. He did. He said that she was on a plane from Mexico.
Oh, and the plane went down.
Oh, yes. I think that was like a few months ago.
Oh, that's right. After she snuck out the window.
Yes, when Andre was the one that reported like what happened. Yes. Look at you.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Because we were real quiet.
Yeah.
What bothers me though is that detail is so small that I completely forgot about it. They need to keep that alive so when Abigail walks through the door.
Oh, they will. A week before. They'll take us to the flashback and remind us of that one time.
Yeah, they will.
They love a good
they'll
flashback.
definitely remind us of what's gone on.
Yeah.
But I think that's what's happening.
That's an interesting thought.
I like it.
Thought. Yeah.
We're weeks away from Marcy Miller coming in.
I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to see hashtag new Abigail.
Yeah.
So am I. It's going to be great.
Things are about to get good.
And she's gotten endorsements already from Teo Penglis himself, Vincent Irizarry. Billy Flynn talked about her in Toronto in July and said she was great and fans should give her a chance.
Oh, yeah.
Fans should give her a chance.
So I think it's going to be great.
Yep.
Good.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
I just want to know how they're going to integrate her.
So am I. So I think really that the whole Clyde thing that's what's happening. I think that's why they brought Clyde back.
Okay. Well, thank you for that.
That was eye-opening.
Yeah,
there was
it
like a
was.
light bulb moment here in the studio. We all kind of looked up like,
Quite a few.
Yep. Thank you for your call.
I just feel like that's where it's going, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but
But it's a good prediction.
Yeah, and we shall see what happens in Salem.
Thank you very much,
James,
caller.
James, it's nice to see you again.
Thank you
and
very
I'm
much.
sorry for your loss.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
And make sure you
it.
tune into him and support him for the GH Report and Bold Breakdown.
Bold breakdown.
I wasn't promoting myself after that. I was taking her kindness.
You
will.
know you were trying to promote too.
But seriously, thank you very much. It's really tough these days, but I'm
Yes.
hanging in there.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Looks like we have another caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to Dishin Days. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Hello, it's Mike Riley from New York.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
He has a
Mike Riley
great
from
voice.
New
This
York.
is my favorite
And
voice.
heard from you in a month of Sundays.
Mike, you behave yourself.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has been a minute.
What's
What
going
you
on,
calling
Mike?
to talk
Mark,
about?
did he? Is he in hiding because he probably came to the realization that
There you
Gina
go.
and Billy being on honeymoon must mean they consummated their love?
Ooh, and the shade is real on Sunday. When I tell you, Mike calls in, that's the first thing he'll say. He'll give shade,
Oh, he does.
and then he'll give insight to the show.
Oh, that's so funny. He don't do that on my show. He's always nice on my
Well,
show.
because Mark ain't on that show.
Yeah, he
just
might.
wait,
That's right.
just wait till you profess your love for somebody that he like too. He can do it. Go ahead, Mike. What are your thoughts about this
Anyway.
week?
I am with you on this whole Hope, Race,
Thank you.
Aiden disaster. She
Thank
has
you.
chemistry with neither one of them.
Exactly.
They should have just brought Aiden on the show originally as like a nice man for Jennifer. It doesn't work for me. Truthfully, what they should have done, in my opinion, is when Bo died, Hope and Steve should have just gone out, had like a drunken night, kind of commiserating over Bo's death, and they should have hooked up. And then what should have happened? Either Joey or Sierra should have walked in on them, and one of those two kids should have been propelled to be the new Sammy, in the same way Sammy walked in on John and Marlena.
We need a new Sammy.
Because
Yeah.
that affair would affect so many people. It would push Victor with Caroline because Bo's their kid and he was wronged. And that furthers that triangle they have with Maggie. Then we have all the Bradys and Hortons versus each other. Jennifer has to side with Hope. Eve, to spite Jennifer, would be like, "Oh, Kayla's my aunt for marriage. I need to side with her." There would have been so much that you could do with a storyline like that. I think Rafe, I love Galen, but he's a little too,
Boring?
I don't know. No, I don't say boring, but his his personality's a little
Boring?
too even keeled. Okay, fine, boring.
He was doing different
But
ads.
it's just there are no dynamics. Like, I like smarmy Aiden. I just don't want him involved with Hope. Like, put a character like that together with Eve.
Yeah.
Put him with someone interesting.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
Yeah.
I hate Deimos and Nicole together too. I don't see any chemistry between the two of them.
What?
Like, put her with Rafe. They had good chemistry together. Put Deimos with what's her name? Adrian, because I don't like her as like, oh, let's trot her out every time we feel like we need to use Lucas.
Thank you.
Like I said this before, she's an acting dynamo.
She
They
is.
were Lujack back in the day.
Oh, yeah,
revisit
Beth.
that
Yeah,
for the
she was
fans.
good, yeah.
Just
She's got an Emmy.
something. I hate all the romance going on right now. None
I'm
of it
not
works.
in total disagreement with that.
Tell us how you really feel.
And I will
Mike.
say that I'm still a Hope Justin supporter. I think that Hope and Justin. I thought Wally Kurth and Christoph Franz had chemistry, and still in the family, so to speak. I thought they should be together.
Well,
But what about Olivia, James? I'm kidding.
I know because he's doing double duty right now on General Hospital and Days of Our Lives. Wally Kurth is working it out.
you better collect them checks.
Okay, he is. Wally Kurth. He is working
One
it.
last thing.
Lunch
Did you
on
guys
Wally.
notice,
Did we
you guys
notice?
notice that when Chad was shot and he kind of raised his arm, his shirt came up, his tattoo was showing, but then when he took his shirt off, his tattoo had been covered up.
Oh, how funny.
Yes.
Oh, he knows that.
I mean, I wasn't
there
looking
you go.
that closely,
Yeah, me
but
either,
of
but
course,
okay.
Mike Riley was.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly were you trying to look at, Mike Riley?
Be quiet. And then, is there something you guys are not telling? Is there something you guys are not telling the fans? Because James comes back and all of a sudden Matt is dressed up like he's going for a job interview. Is there some switcheroo happening that we don't know about?
Well, if you've been watching the past few weeks, you would notice that I've been wearing a button-down and a tie for like the past 3
know,
weeks.
And if you
so
know
much.
for the past like months, I'm always after Matthew Evan Paine, so he dressed up for me. Like,
Get
come on.
in line.
Yep.
Right, that's all
It's
I
a
got
short
here
line,
for
but-
tonight's episode.
Look at Mike trying to stir up some drama here at
I know,
Dishin
Dishin Days.
This ain't the show. This ain't soap.
I'm like, what?
Like what? Huh? What?
Well, okay. Well,
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm going to wish you all a good night.
He said stay
I'm going to go
blessed.
back
You're
to
abrupt.
knitting.
that was
To knitting.
Something before I called, so I'm
that's
going to
so
go back
funny.
to my knitting.
somehow I cannot picture you sitting in the big city of New York in a rocking chair knitting something, unless you're knitting something for Billy Flynn.
Goodbye.
And there you have it,
Good
folks.
night.
Bye, Mike.
Bye,
Thank you
Mike.
for calling.
Said stay blessed, basically.
Right? Wasn't that a
Called
stay
Stay
blessed
Blessed.
moment?
Stay blessed.
That was like I don't know what y'all are talking about. Stay blessed.
And we have time for just one more caller. Hello, caller. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
It's Cheryl from South Carolina.
Well,
Hi,
look at Cheryl
Cheryl
from South Carolina squeezing on in here.
How are you guys?
We're great.
How are you?
I'm alive.
I am much better now that the hurricane has passed.
Oh, yes, you guys. Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's a blessing.
How was your
I
family down there, too?
Good.
missed a couple of days this week and a couple of days last week.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
was playing catch up listening to your show.
Yeah.
But you guys mentioned the fact that it was kind of anticlimactic Friday, but I think aren't we still like a day behind from the series of preemptions that we had before? So Monday ought to be really good.
Interesting.
And then maybe
so.
we'll have a really good Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. That's right. Possibly.
Well,
I feel like
just
we're still off.
I just thought something big was going to happen because all these bombs were going off in Salem and everybody was running amok, and I was like, something's big about the. Oh, Friday's over.
Yeah, it was over. I thought,
That's how I felt.
Yeah, me too. I was like, oh, it's over.
That's how I felt.
Yeah, so I feel like it was meant to be Thursday.
Interesting. Okay.
Maybe.
I see that.
Cheryl, while I have you on the phone, and I know you're from South Carolina, I want to make sure that you mark your calendar because there's a dual coast event coming to Charlotte, North Carolina on April 22nd. So I just want to put that little bug in your ear so that you can, put that date in your calendar.
I saw that. I was a little bit. I was a little bit excited about that for a minute, but I may not be here then.
Oh, where you going?
So
Oh, I'm so nosy.
I don't know. It's kind of up in the air right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well,
She's got her own days of our lives going on.
still put it in your calendar and make it. Okay.
Make it.
I will try to do that.
All right. Well,
Charlotte's a
Thank you.
hub, so Charlotte's a hub for
It is.
that anywhere.
I mean, listen, Christmas is coming up. There you go. Merry Christmas.
There you go. That's all I want for Christmas, right? I do a birthday then.
Thank you for calling, Cheryl.
Well, thank you, Cheryl.
All right, take care, guys.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And now
Wow.
we're on to our segments really quickly before we run out of time.
Oh, yeah, I guess we're okay.
Well, now it's time for Tony's official three. Oh, you gotta wait, Steven. It's now time for Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Yeah.
All right, so I decided to give it to Lucas because, and this was on Monday when he was talking to Kate, and I don't know. Let's see, they were talking about the living arrangements, and Lucas wanted her to come live in the mansion. And I can't remember what she said, but he clapped back with, "I prefer you go to Europe with Austin." And I was like, "Ooh, that banter!" Yeah, so I'm gonna give it to Lucas. So Lucas, Brian DeTillo, you get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award.
Oh, snap.
He
Boom.
did say that. He's like, oh, no, I was like, ooh, dang.
I'll live for that. All right, so there's that.
There's that.
Oh, and now it's time for Matthew's Choice. It will never get old.
Guess not.
Oh, my God.
Matthew's choice this week goes to a scene between Clyde and Chad that reminded me something of Shakespeare. When in Romeo and Juliet, Abram says, "Do you bite your thumb at us, sir?" And Samson says, "No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I bite my thumb, sir." Was the scene between Clyde and Chad when Clyde said, "Don't you sneer at my son. You're not man enough to lick the bottom of his boots." And Chad says, "You're wrong. I don't sneer at Ben. I pity him. He had you for a father, so I sneer at you."
Ooh, dang.
I was like, oh.
Thou stits out,
Exactly.
thine
Exactly.
smeareth.
And he followed it up by spitting right on his shoe. Yeah.
Patooey, he just
Yeah.
Patooey.
I love that. Their scenes together were
good.
on point.
I mean, James Reese is so good. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
Just period.
And so is
great.
And so is
Oh,
Billy
of course,
Flynn.
of
Yeah.
course. But we say like James Reed, he's such a good actor. So like they shouldn't have got rid of him in the first place. I mean, so
Right.
stupid.
Well, I mean, but you know, you ain't writing it, so.
Yeah.
There you go. And that has been Matthew's Choice.
Thank you.
And now it's time for Look Who's Related. Gosh, these, let me tell you, these voiceovers are on point.
How did they find it?
They found it.
Because they never deleted it.
They found
I knew
it.
they didn't.
Okay, folks. So look who's late this time. When I did the show Solo, I showed you a quick clip and told you about Orpheus with Marlena and John. Well, he also has a past with Kayla and Steve. So I'm gonna show you a scene where he kidnaps Kayla back in the late '80s, and the star of this whole scene is the phone. When they show the phone, where they had the dials in the back. So let's go next.
How do you know mine?
He looks the same to me.
Stockholm.
I think she's pregnant in real life in this scene. That's what she's all kind
That's
of.
what she said.
Brother
Yeah.
Roman's affairs.
But he grabs her.
Kayla.
Oh, yeah, she's
You don't
pregnant.
mind if I call you Kayla, do you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, your brother and I, we go way back. So, tell me about your boyfriend. That little injury he got in Stockholm heal up nicely?
What boyfriend?
Steve Johnson. Or is it Patch?
Look at her hair. Look at her hair.
Really? What were you doing walking into his apartment tonight? And what was
So
that you were
pretty.
saying
She's
just
so
as you were
pretty.
coming Through the door. Something about being sorry? When did you have a little lover's quarrel? It's a shame. Pretty girl like you. I bet he feels bad. In fact, I'd be willing to bet that when you call him and tell him where you are and who you're with, he'll be willing to do just about anything to get you back.
I am not going to call him just so you can set him up.
He'll do exactly what I tell you to do.
Grab her.
Dial.
Grab her. Here's the
Where
phone.
you keep him
Get phone
How
up.
did you know that Roman and Steve were down the pier waiting for you?
There it is. That phone. Hey, when you see the back, look at the back of the phone. So I just wanted to show that, you guys. I just love that phone. Like the phone is just amazing because they didn't have like fancy phones like today. That was
That
in the
1980s phone, huh?
Yeah, that's what the dials in the back of the phone. You can talk on it. It was like crazy. Bo, Hope, Steve, Kayla, and Shane all trying to help Roman find Marlena. It was all part of that scene, part of that storyline. In the end, Marlena was presumed dead in an explosion in a plane, which led to all kinds of stuff. And Roman during that time became John Black. It was a whole big thing during that time period. So I just want to show that. He was also a partner with Victor Kiriakis. So Orpheus has real big ties in Salem. And that's why all those people were kind of against him. And a little side fact about George Del Hoyo, who plays him, he's from Uruguay. I think it's really interesting. You don't meet people from... I have one friend named Reef who's from Uruguay in South America.
Reef or Rafe?
He's Reef. R-E-E-F.
That was just little
I know,
Dish and
but-
Days humor.
Yeah, but I don't care about Reef.
And that has been Look Who's Related.
Thank you. Oh, it's old times.
And now let us hop into news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
That's not me.
Day of Days is on November 12th at City Walk, Universal Studios. Meet the stars of NBC's hit soap opera, Days of Our Lives, and mingle with fans of the show.
Yeah. And speaking of fans of the show,
Tell
we
him,
have
Tony.
A huge announcement. As you guys know, I've been asking, hey, who's coming to Los Angeles for a Day of Days? Because we here at AfterBuzz TV's DISHIN Days has decided to open our studio doors later on that evening on November 12th for a meet and greet with yours truly, myself, Matthew, and Mark, and also James Lott Jr.
Maybe.
What?
Hopefully. We'll be having a meet and greet here in our studios. You can come, take a look at the studio that we do DISHIN Days in.
Where all the magic happens.
All the magic happens. And you can meet with us, and I think we're going to have pizza rolls and wine, and it is going to be an amazing event. So stay tuned. All details will be posted on our Facebook. Limited amount of tickets, free of charge, will be available. So be on the lookout for that. And that has been the huge announcement.
I love it. Well, guys, thank you so much for saying that you like the Look Who's Related. I know it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
It is fun.
You guys asked me, so I did it. A couple of things really quickly. There's a stage reading of Annapurna with MBE. Mary Beth Evans and Stephen Nichols. So you like them together. They're going to do a reading the next day on November 13th at Barnsdall Park, Los Feliz. Is what it is?
Yeah.
Barnsdall?
Yeah, Barnsdall. Barnsdall Park in Los Feliz.
Los Feliz.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you go to probably their social medias and find out exactly all the details. I'm sure with those two. But you like them together, so they do something off camera. And then, of course, our girl, Ariane Zucker. And it is Ariane Zucker. She spelled it out for you guys in her thing. I just want to say personally, loved her response on social media. Very classy. She appeared on the Today Show to chat about the Trump controversy. She's kind of been thrown into this thing, out of nowhere, and she's handling herself really nicely. And of course, I know I can speak for everybody here. We're friends with hers. We wish her the best of luck, and she kind of goes through this kind of process of stuff. But she's really classy. She's really doing it well. So.
And I like that she put a positive spin on it.
Yes.
Like, she just I feel like her response is, I'm not surprised that men have such a degrading interaction with each other, but even though I've been thrust into this position, I'm going to take it and do a positive spin on it to just let people know like it's not okay. And
I like that. She was just like, I'm busy right now. I got things going on. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I'm an actress. She got things going on. She's like, I'm not going to really play into it so much because she's like, I got stuff going on. So it's like, I like
there you have it.
I like
So
that.
good for you.
Yes.
Oh, really quick. I received a tweet from Miss Aloma Wright.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And she asked me, and I quote, Tony, did you start this Bring Back Maxine? And I was like, I didn't. The fans have. So she noticed, y'all. So keep it going.
Funny.
So if you want to see Miss Aloma Wright back on Days, keep tweeting. Include her, include Days, include me to play her son. And and maybe
you guys
maybe
should watch last year's Day of Days. Their interview together was very cute. Aloma was great. Aloma, she was great.
She's super sweet.
Super sweet. But
She's really funny, right?
Yeah, funny, but she's also super nice. And just watching them two together was a treat for us. We talked about it all year, and they actually got together and just very sweet exchange.
And when we first met, she was like, "You're my son," and I was like, "Yes, that is me." I'll post the interview on.
Yeah, you should. It's really cute. It's a really cute one from last year. It's cute.
All right.
Any predictions?
More bombs going off in Salem.
Yeah, I guess I'll say more bombs.
More bombs.
What about you?
That's it.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you so very much for joining us on this edition of DISHIN Days. Handsome man all the way to my left. Tell us.
You can find. I pulled the Matthew Evan Paine.
You did.
Yes, you did.
Your question on James Lott Jr. Thanks for letting me come back on the show again, you guys.
Who are you?
You know who I am. And you can follow me everywhere on social media platforms at James Lott Jr. And go ahead, and if you watch General Hospital, Bold and Beautiful, I'm on both of those shows tonight.
And tell us where they can find you, young man.
Well, if you would like to find me and look at all the things that are me, make sure you follow me on all social media platforms at Lounger with Tony or my website that I hope is still there, loungerwithtony.com.
And I am Matthew Evan Paine. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Matthew E. Paine.
And
Have
shout
a
out
great
to
night.
Mark J. Freeman.
Shout out to Mark J. Freeman.
At Lorraine Love on
And Living for the Hair.
Living for the Hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, so
That's
much fun chatting about Days of Our Lives with
It's been
you
great, as
fine young
always.
men.
Yes.
And we will see you next week. Good night.
He's gone, bitches!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.